nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
And that's why I think this United story and the DEI story
Yes.
hits so hard, because we've all been in the back of a plane when the turbulence hits, or when you're flying through a storm and you're like, I'm so glad I saw the guy with the right stuff and the square jaw get into the cockpit before we took off. And I feel better now thinking
No, I mean,
about
like,
that.
you want to go thought crime? Like, I'm sorry. If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Well,
that's the
you
game
wouldn't have
theory
done
I was
that.
talking
You
about
wouldn't
earlier.
have. You
No,
wouldn't
and
have done that before.
That's not an immediate.
No, you wouldn't
that's
have done
not
that
who I
before.
am. That's
No.
not what I believe.
It is the reality the left has
but
created.
I'm
Okay, so I wanted to talk about this ridiculous BS. There's something that I noticed that is very interesting, because I'm not shocked, I'm not surprised, because I know what Charlie Kirk is. For him to sit up here and say, I look at somebody with melanin in their skin. Now, this, you can have a lack of, a lot of, a little bit of melanin in your skin, and that is going to determine if I think that you're qualified or not. Just for somebody to say that, you know that they have half of a brain cell, if that. The melanin in your skin determines if you're qualified to do something, which you could flip that around to say, okay, if people are noticing the melanin in your skin, then they are less likely to give you an opportunity or chance to learn and be better. And that's how it is in America. So you're going to have to pick one. It's either you're stupid or the country is racist and does not give opportunity when they see melanin, or there's something that goes on with this nation when they see melanin. And then this dude, they all look like incels, but this dude talking about, he sees the guy who walks out of or into whatever it was, the cockpit, and he has the square jaw. Hold up. What in the world does this man having a square jaw have to do with anything with intelligence? That does a man having a square jaw mean that he is more qualified, that he passed the test, that he knows even how to fly the plane? So you can just pick somebody out with the square jaw, and even if they have never been in flight school, you're going to trust him to fly the plane. This fucking fool. I'm sorry. This is unbelievable how many dumb people are just popping up, and they are not even taking a moment to stop and think about what they're going to say and how stupid it is. He sounds like he is talking about his dream husband, like the tall dude with the square jaw, with the, flowing locks. God, he sound like, that's his type. It makes him feel safe and warm and comforted. He can imagine his head laying on his chest and looking up at that square jaw, saving the day as they land a plane. Anyway, but yeah, that threw me for a whole entire loop. He's snitching on himself. He likes dudes. And anybody else who agrees with that, they like dudes. Charlie Kirk, I want to know who his boyfriend is, because it's an older man with a lot of money. I want to know who is funding him in this foolery. Whoever is Charlie Kirk's boyfriend knows that he sounds stupid, and he's just like, this is a way to keep him busy, so he's funding him. To say this about black pilots, they sure wasn't thinking that when black pilots were fighting in these wars. They sure wasn't thinking this about the Tuskegee. They sure have not. This has never came up. Black pilots have been around since forever. And they've been flying planes since forever. And to bring this up, it's no different than the asshole who said all of the black doctors, would you try? Hell yes. Hell yes. There have been stories that are a few days old of colorless doctors and nurses killing black women. And as a black woman, hell yeah, I prefer a black doctor. I choose a black doctor, period. And people will say about the woman, that's rare, okay? That's once in a blue moon. But yeah, I have trusted black doctors much more and got better results. So, the other thing about this that bothers me is when he said thought crimes. I had no idea that he had something or a podcast or whatever. What is that "don't tread on me" bullshit? I thought we were over that. But anyway, Charlie Kirk has this segment called Thought Crime. And if you know anything about the black side of YouTube, and I did a video on this couple that has a platform, and it's called Thought Crimes with a Z on the end, which lets me know these people are watching you. I have said this before. They are watching you. They are trying to create their platform by getting information from you, trying to swagger jack you, trying to steal your steez, your style, the way you come across. And for the record, they can't compare to Thought Crimes with Sincere and Prince Solomon. And I'll link that video because they did a great interview with Boyce Watkins when he had this Asian guy he was doing business with, and everybody, all they wanted him to do was stand up and be a business person who advocated for themselves. Because some information came out, it wasn't cute. So I'll link that video. But yeah, looking at this, you can see it says Thought Crime. They don't know how to do anything except be a parasite. They can only colonize and steal. They are just like their forefathers. And the worst thing is that I feel so sorry for Thought Crimes is that this mediocre ass incel decided to try and take their name and remix it. They are not even mediocre at best. Hopefully not too many people watch it, and hopefully it dies. I would suggest you go to the actual originators, because I've never heard this specific name being used except for the couple that runs this wonderful YouTube podcast, Patreon, and they are Thought Crimes. And I'll leave like a link to their page in the video, because this threw me when I heard it, because I haven't heard it from anyone else except them. Even I watch a lot of people. I can watch people on the left, on the right. I can watch people I agree with and disagree with. I have not heard any variation of Thought Crimes, or anything like that except with them. Which, I mean, at this point, for Black people to be insecure, for Black people to feel like crossing over means crossing over into colorlessness, for Black people to not understand how much power and influence you have, and then try and channel that into something successful for you. I can tell you personally, I got a wake-up call working in corporate America. These people are not geniuses. These people are not more educated. These people do not know more than you. You have to come in, swoop in, and save their ass time after time after time. They're coming to you asking for questions, even stealing your ideas. Listen, they're not better. They're not better. And if you open your eyes and you really take a look, you will see the mediocrity of it all. And you have to stop believing or taking in this energy that there's something wrong with you because you're Black, or you can't do this or you can't do that, because you can. And you can do it 150 times better than they ever could. Which shows you when they steal people's stuff, when they're trying to be something that they're not.
And what he is remarking on is true. I would be terrified if I got onto a plane and I saw a woman flying the plane. And I know that we have the United CEO saying that he just wants to fulfill a quota. He just wants there to be more women and wants there to be more Black people. And he's not concerned at first with qualifications. That is something that should alarm all of us, guys, honestly. And what he is remarking on is true.
Obviously, Candice has signed a form so she can have her lifetime membership to be a Rocket Raccoon, because I just showed some pictures and there were Black female pilots. There have been Black and female pilots since forever. I don't know what. It must be a slow day. That's all I can say. Because if Candice Owen thought this was it, she's very, very mistaken. She's an idiot. You have had female pilots for a long time. And I'm sure that they have flown on planes with female pilots and Black pilots. And to sit up here and think Let's think about the bigger companies. A multi-million or multi-billion dollar company is not worried about qualifications, which if this person does not have the correct qualifications and they go down and their plane go down in a ball of fire, that they wouldn't be responsible because they did not hire someone with the qualifications. And now they have a multi-million or billion-dollar lawsuit against them for however many people were killed on that plane. To think that that wouldn't cross the mind of a multi-million or billion-dollar company, you've got to be a fucking idiot. You are showing that you are dumb. You're dumb. The company would be liable. The hell are they talking about? And these are the people, oh my God, and these are the people who they want to put in office. I've already said, I don't care about Democrat, I don't care about Republican. Both of them can go jump off anyway. Don't care about either one. But they want to run the country and they want people who think like them to run the country. This is terrifying. This is frightening, is what it is. Because she knows she would have been ripped to shreds had she said she agreed with Charlie Kirk. I wish she had done it, but agree with Charlie Kirk about the black pilot comment. So she went to the women. Only white males can be good pilots. They will never make a mistake. They will always have their ducks in a row, qualifications in a row, even though the planet is suffering because of every effing thing they've done. Even though in their demographic, they are the ones who started the Black Plague. The colorless worship is too much. It is too much, and it's getting sickening. These people wouldn't have a leg to stand on if it wasn't other POCs that bend the knee and suck them off, and if it wasn't a bunch of rocket raccoons like Candice. They're the problem. But I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me know what you think about mediocre incel Charlie Kirk saying that if he sees melanin, he wonder if they're qualified, as if he's qualified for anything. A fucking college dropout who's probably getting bent over by his older boyfriend to fund his little trash ass projects, which he then had to steal from a black person. You can't make this shit up. I'll see you in the next one.